They used to burn witches. Today we laugh at them. Today we jail people for marijuana. Tomorrow they'll laugh at us. This is a quote by Robert Robotham. Today I would like to expose a few myths about marijuana and why legalization would be extremely beneficial in far more ways than making a bunch of stoners happy. It's time we as a society recognize the ridiculousness of marijuana's bad reputation in a legal state. These are the sources that have helped me prepare my speech. I'm going to talk to you about a couple myths and facts about marijuana. They could be hemp industry, and a little bit about freedom of choice in this country. Marijuana is not cancer-causing. A study by Donald Tashkin in 2006 suggested that even the very heavy marijuana smokers showed no increased incidence of the three cancers studied. Tashkin's previous study in 2006 suggested that marijuana could cause lung cancer. The government still continues to cite Tashkin's 2002 study despite his recent findings in 2006. The war on drugs is a failure altogether. Marijuana prohibition costs taxpayers at least $7.5 billion annually, all of which goes to pay the DEA and to incarcerate nonviolent and otherwise law-abiding citizens. A perfect example of why marijuana prohibition does not work is the exact reason alcohol prohibition failed so many years ago. Claims that marijuana causes violence and crime are uneducated opinions taken as fact, then used as more propaganda to support the drug war. If marijuana were legalized, there would be no more requirement for marijuana-related gang wars or the need for corruption and killing of police officers. No other violence can be directly associated with marijuana. Legalization is the only answer to the crime and violence dilemma. This is a quote by Glenwood Smith. Hemp is not illegal because of marijuana. Marijuana is illegal because of hemp. In the same sense, marijuana is not illegal because it is dangerous. Marijuana is dangerous because it is illegal. At one point in the early years of the U.S., it was illegal not to grow industrial hemp because it was such an important resource, especially to fuel World War II. Cannabis, or the hemp plant, is hailed by many cultures as a miracle plant. So many textiles and industry would boom if marijuana were legalized, and it could save our current financial crisis. Even though industrial hemp contains about 1% THC and is not even cultivated for the illegal marijuana, industrial hemp is illegal to grow in the United States. Industrial hemp is very strong and can grow very easily in almost any environment. If legalized, the hemp and marijuana industry could bring about hundreds of new markets that would need countless numbers of workers. Research, clothing, fuel, recreation, medicine, paper products, these are just a few examples of markets legalization would open up. The cotton, lumber, oil, alcohol, tobacco, and pharmaceutical industries would finally have some promising competition. This is a quote by Jack Eyre regarding the hemp industry. Growing hemp as nature designed it is vital to our urgent need to reduce greenhouse gases and ensure the survival of our planet. Our freedoms and civil liberties have been under attack in the U.S. for quite some time. The government should not be allowed to decide what we put in our bodies, especially when it bans the least harmful substance known to man. Our country is founded upon civil liberties and the protection of the individual from a tyrannical and controlling government. America is supposed to be a republic. In a republic, one may do as they please as long as they do not impede on the rights and freedoms of others. Since our government is more democratic now and increasingly becoming fascist, or the merger of state and corporate powers, our laws and regulations serve only those special interest groups and lobby for these policies. Even mainstream media is showing that marijuana legalization is an extremely popular topic. 66% of those who participated in an online poll wanted marijuana legalized. Those numbers cannot be ignored. More citizens say it should be legalized than those who say it should not. This country is for the people and by the people, right? Why isn't marijuana legalization receiving more attention? And I want to close with this quote by Julian Heiklin. The issue here is not marijuana. Marijuana is the messenger, not the message. The issue is whether we will live in freedom or under tyranny. The most basic of all human rights is the right to your own body. The light in marijuana weed is the torch of freedom.